Good afternoon and welcome to TalkSports. It is our weekend program, or Saturday sports special to be exact. And welcome once again to our program. And as usual, we'll be talking about all that's happening in the wonderful world and wonderful world of sports. As you know, it's day one of the Whitsuntide Games at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium. And if you are in the vicinity, if you're in Grenada, you have sufficient time that you can head on down to the Grenada James Athletic Stadium to take in some of the action of Whitsuntide Games, day one, day two, right? We will also having a look at our athletes, that's Grenadian athletes who have punched their way into the final of the NCAA Division I championships. That's outdoor track and field championships in Eugene, Oregon. And you have a couple of athletes, three female athletes and two male athletes. The two male athletes will be in the 4x1 relay representing their school teams. And we have the females all in field events. Yeah, we have Jamara Alves, she will be in the discus throw. Kelsey Morel Ross, she will be in the shot put. And then we have in the high jump, Shari Eno taking part in that. And as you heard, Grenada is preparing to host the 2026, that's the next edition of the CARIFTA Games. And very exciting news for track and field fans because, you know, Grenada hosted it last year. And they announced an interest in hosting it in 2026, and the government gave its blessing and started sort of look at the early planning, the infrastructure considerations and potential for national impact. But importantly, and as early as in the next few weeks, well, Grenada is preparing to host, well, once again, Test cricket returns to Grenada, and Grenada is preparing to host international cricket tests between West Indies and Australia. I think, yeah, that will be the second test in early July, and preparations on the way. In fact, they had a launch earlier this week, and out of that made significant announcement in terms of the whole preparation, the readiness stadium, the encouraging Grenadians to come out and support Test cricket. By the way, you know, school children will be admitted free. So all of that will be part of the excitement where school children, you know, you come from the schools, and the parents can accompany those kids, obviously. So Test cricket returning to Grenada. By the way, as you mentioned that, the official handing over of the stadium, that's the cricket stadium, because, you know, it, for the past year and a half has been undergoing renovations. And I think it's ready for to host the Test cricket match. And the minister said that in the coming weeks, and I assume it could be in days, right, that there will be an official handing over of that. So what we'll do, we'll start off by giving you some highlights of that launch, that cricket launch that took place earlier in the week.
Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister for Youth and Sports, Government of Grenada. Mr. Junior Murray, MBE and former West Indies cricketer. Ms. Petra Roach, CEO, Grenada Tourism Authority. Mr. Randy Howard joining us virtually, Public Relations and Media Manager, Cricket West Indies. Mr. Dominic Jeremiah, Chairman of the NASHI, Mr. Local Organizing Committee Chairman, Ms. Kim Frederick, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Grenada, Mr. Curl Peters, coordinator industry in Grenada, and members of the planning team, members of the media. Good morning. My name is Neela Etienne, Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you all joining us at home in Grenada, in the diaspora, and this is West Indies home series, a fuller energy media launch supported by the government of Grenada, Grenada Tourism Authority, West Indies. Is to unveil the energy, the excitement, and of course the Caribbean spirit that define West Indies cricket. This media launch will set the stage for an electrifying home series in Grenada and highlight Grenada's role as the premier destination for world-class cricket. We begin with welcome and introductory remarks by Mr. Dominic Jeremiah, Chairman of the National Organizing Committee. Mr. Dominic Jeremiah.
Standing on the protocol already established, good morning, everybody. It is with tremendous joy and energy that I welcome you to this media launch this morning. Grenada, like the rest of the region, is full of energy as we prepare for the test match series between the West Indies and Australia. As Grenada continues to prepare to host the second test match from July 3rd to the 7th, 2025, our media launch this morning is to spread the energy that the test match is returning to our newly refurbished National Stadium, and we want Grenadians, patrons from the region and the diaspora to fill the stadium from July 3rd to the 7th. Both the National Organizing Committee and the local organizing committees have intensified our efforts over the last few weeks to ensure that we work with our stakeholders to deliver a well-organized test match in Grenada. The NOC was established to coordinate and prepare for the hosting of the test match to ensure a successful event as we support Cricket West Indies to implement the plan and to monitor government's guarantees for the event. The NOC works in collaboration with government agencies, ministries, and the LOC to ensure a successful execution of the match. On behalf of Cricket West Indies, the National Organizing Committee, the local organizing committee, the government of Grenada, I want to welcome you, our Grenadian public, our patrons across the region and around the world, to this media launch. In addition, I want to welcome all members of our head table who will speak to various aspects of our preparation. And in a special way, I want to honor the presence of our own Mr. Junior Murray, Grenada's first member of the West Indies team, representing all our Grenadian legends, Mr. Raul Lewis, Mr. Devon Smith, Mr. Andre Fletcher, Ms. Afi Fletcher. Today we extend our condolences to Andre and his family on the passing of his dad about a week ago. Welcome to the West Indies home series, a fuller energy official launch campaign here in Grenada. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremiah. Mr. Jeremiah is the chairman of the National Organizing Committee. We want to thank you for your remarks. And now we invite Mr. Norman Gilbert, chairman of the Local Organizing Committee, to brief you on the event information.
Thank you very much. Let me say a special good morning to members of the head table. A special good morning to Honorable Member responsible for sports and youth, Minister Delma Thomas, and of course to all of the other delegates so sitting at the head table and the media. Of course, the local organizing committee and the Grenada Cricket Association is very pleased to have the recommissioning of the Grenada National Stadium as we once again prepare to host international test cricket or international cricket. We are very happy that we are able to get to that point after an extended break due to the reconstruction activities at the National Stadium. Very thankful for the support of the government of Grenada as well as the People's Republic of China in this regard. As we prepare for hosting of this second match in the home series, second test match in this home series, our responsibility is to ensure that we have all operations ready regarding the pitch and field, and players and match officials are taken care of in terms of the expectation of Cricket West Indies as well as the ICC. As we prepare for this hosting, you would recall that the expectation is that Grenada has probably one of the best wickets within the region, and I'm saying this based on the results of our last home series. As you may recall, we had 2 drawn test matches, one in Antigua and the other in Barbados versus England, and it was only here in Grenada we got a result. So we are happy to indicate that we have a very good creator who is working currently on ensuring that our wicket is adequately prepared so that we can have a result here in Grenada. Hopefully that result will be in the favor of Team West Indies as expected. So we are preparing the facility. We are also preparing for arrival of the teams. The teams are expected to arrive on June 30th, and they would have 2 practice days, July 1st and the 2nd. And of course, the game commences on the 3rd of July to 7th of July. Regarding the sales of tickets, I just want to inform the media and the general public that sales of tickets have already started online. So persons interested in purchasing tickets online, I should would have of the ticket office at the national June 27th. That would run through until the final day of the test match on July 7th. The expected operation was for the ticket office on the non-match days. The non-match days refers to the days prior to the commencement of the test match. The ticket office will be open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily on non-match days. And on the match days, it would be open from 7:30 in the morning and would close at 3:30 in the afternoon. Additionally, we also expect that persons who are able to purchase tickets online would also continue the purchases online. We have already had a number of tickets sold to the viewing public for online ticket sales. I can let you know as well that we are averaging just over 500 tickets already sold for day 1 of the test match. And days 2 and 3, we already have over 400 tickets sold for those 2 days of the test match. And that includes just sales online to the Australian public, the international viewers, and very few locals. Of course, we are encouraging more locals to come out and to purchase the tickets, especially when the ticket office would commence operation on June 27th. I should also let you know that the gates of the National Stadium will be open at 8:30 on match days for the persons who want to come in early and have themselves settled within their sitting area. There is restrictions on items that can be used at the National Stadium. Of course, we expect no oversized coolers, no oversized flags, no broken bottles to be used at the National Stadium. And there's also a policy for no open flame and no smoking. So this is a no smoking environment, and we encourage the public to adhere to those rules and regulations as set out by Cricket West Indies and the ICC. Additionally, I also want to inform the public as well that we expect that there will be parking available in limited amount for the general public. And at a later date, we'll give details on the areas of parking. But there is going to be parking available in limited amount for general public, as well as there is going to be parking available for staff, operations, and VIP who would access the facility for the game on the match days. I also want to inform the public as well that the expectation is that the game would be broadcast live, of course, but that we would want persons to come out to the game and to support as a family event. And therefore, the ticket pricing is very reasonable, extremely reasonable, I should say. There is free entrance to the cricket match for persons who are aged 16 and under. And we definitely want to encourage the general public and students and children to come out to view the matches. There is going to be a special campaign, which will be spoken about later, for the school students who we expect would come out to the game. So children 16 and under is free admission to the match, and we expect as much persons as possible to come out and to support. The ticket pricing is very reasonable. It's $5 per ticket per day, but there is a $15 ticket if you wish to have all 5 days purchased. Of course, we expect that the game would go to 5 days because West Indies would perform very well, and therefore it will be of a cost-saving venture for you to purchase a ticket to last 45 days of the test match. Additionally, as time proceeds, there is going to be additional information provided to the public regarding the game. But I believe from where we are, I can see that we are getting ready. We see preparation being done on both pitch and field, as well as players, match officials. The local organizing committee, with the support of all stakeholders, medical, nurses, security, cricket operations, scores. We have had testing of the facility. We have had the implementation of 2 new replay and scoreboards at the stadium. Those were tested last week, and I believe from the testing that we are satisfied with what we have seen. And so we are more than ready to host the West Indies versus Australia come July 3rd to the 7th. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert is the chairman of the local organizing committee. We want to thank you for all that information. And of course, information will be forthcoming after this press conference and leading up to the matches. We take you over to Antigua, and we know that cricket is that sport that brings all Caribbean people together. And we take you to Antigua. We want to hear from Mr. Randy Howard. He is the public relations and media manager for Cricket West Indies. He has the West Indies Home Fuller Energy campaign message to share with us. Randy.
Good morning, everyone. Greetings from Antigua. Unfortunately, I'm not able to join you in the beautiful Spice Isle, but I'm sure I'll be there in very short order as we move to the second test. That is in actuality, the third leg of the Fuller Energy Home Series. That's because the summer cricket begins with the West Indies women kicking off their action next week in Barbados at the Trilobies Oval, going up against South Africa in some white ball cricket. And then, of course, we turn to the start with Test Series against Australia, starting in Barbados, and ended with a historic moment for regional cricket, with Sabina Park set to stage the Caribbean's first ever day-and-night Test match. So this Test Series marks the start of the new ICC World Test Championship cycle, and that adds an even greater significance as our team begins its campaign to claim the world rankings. So the summer series then wraps up with the high-intensity white ball action against Pakistan, featuring T20s in Florida, followed by Trinidad. But of course, we're excited about the action taking place in Grenada. We've been working with the team there on the ground. They've been showing their activity behind the scenes, ensuring that they do all that they can to make sure that Grenadians come out to cricket. You heard Mr. Gilbert talk about the number of ticket sales. You heard him talk about the various activities that are being planned to promote the game, and we are excited about that. One of the things that we are very excited about is the campaign, and you heard us talk about it. Dominique would have spoken about it. Mr. Gilbert would have spoken about it. Fuller energy. And what does that mean? But we wanted to build a campaign that truly resonated with the vibrant, energetic passion that is exhibited by Caribbean people in and outside the game of cricket. We're therefore very thrilled to work with Mikhail Teja. He's a rising star in the Trinidad Soca arena, and he partnered with us to produce a fitting high energy anthem. It was adapted from his 2025 Carnival hit Energy, and this exclusive version captures the spirit, rhythm, and passion of the West Indies on and off the field. So right now, I'd like to give you a little look into what Fuller Energy is, and I know the team there have the video to play for you. Team?
Can you feel the love on a stranger's face? Look at the West Indies. West Indies cricket is all our legacy. It's our energy when we come down here. Time to rally around the West Indies. It's in every creed and race. West Indies are the holy grail. Whoa.
and that is Full of Energy. It's a product that we are very, very happy with. It's a project that we worked tirelessly on leading up to the launch of the home series. And it will power up promotional videos, stadium entertainment, social media activations, and of course, fan experiences. You'll hear it in the stands, you'll see it in our content, you'll feel it in the atmosphere. Cricket and music are inseparable pillars of Caribbean culture, and this anthem is meant to celebrate both of those things. It represents who we are, dynamic, fearless, and united, always focusing on the definition of what we are as Caribbean people when we go into the cricket and go into the cricket arena. Now, one of the things that we wanted to speak about was the community and outreach that we're looking at to drive more support to West Indies cricket over the coming weeks and months. And you heard Mr. Gilbert talk about it in terms of some of the activities that we'll be engaging with young persons in the island of Grenada. And that's something that we started not just in Grenada, but in the other markets that we were having matches as well. So in Barbados, we're going to be looking to inspire the new next generation of cricketers and fans through music, sport, and positive engagement. You would have heard it mentioned before that entry to kids is free under the age of 16, and that's for all matches, not just in Grenada, but in Barbados, Jamaica. And then we have a special offer for tickets for 50% off for all T20s and ODIs instant kits. So in addition to these special offers, we'll be embarking on some promotional activities in each territory to engage with the youth audience. One thing we're working on in Barbados currently right now is a school bus tour. And I know that Grenada are working on something quite similar, but I will leave that for Ms. Petra Roach from the CEO of Grenada Tourism Authority to speak more about. But that's essentially what I wanted to share about the campaign from us this year. Full of Energy is really about embracing what we are as Caribbean people, showcasing what we do on and off the cricket pitch, because cricket is our game. We love the fact that we can come together as separate islands, just separated by water, but we're able to bring a product to the world that is the envy of many, many countries. So we're happy about the fact that we have Full of Energy here. We're happy about the partnership we have with the Grenada team and looking forward to a fantastic test match in Grenada in the coming weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Randy, for that information. We want to thank you again for joining us this morning. Although you can't make it here in Grenada, we do feel your energy for the upcoming home series right here in Grenada. I want to introduce you now to a passionate and vibrant Caribbean woman. She is the CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, and she will give you some information about our school promotion.
Thank you so much. And standing on protocol having been established, I just want us to start by remembering one part of that song, Time to Rally Around the West Indies. So I'm also going to ask you to cast your mind back to 1995 when Australia whipped the West Indies and won not only by an innings, but also by 53 runs. So there is a fierce rivalry that exists between these two teams. So we are asking all of the Grenadians and all of our regional people to come and be a part of this very momentous occasion, an occasion where we hope that we will have a replay of Andre Fletcher in 2009 when he blasted 53 runs off 32 balls and helped the West Indies chase down a very strong total in a very high-pressured match. Next to me is a very dear friend, Junior Murray, and whilst it was not Australia, cast our minds back to 1996 when Junior Murray against New Zealand scored 58, even though he was a wicketkeeper, and took 5 catches. So this is the sort of cricket that we're expecting when Australia comes to visit our shores and play against the West Indies. And I remember one thing that was really fascinating when we had England play here 2 years ago. Everywhere around the world was carried a story about the spicy wicket here in Grenada, and that's where it really came to town because the series otherwise was really, really boring. So we expect that the same thing will happen. I know that a lot of fantastic work has gone into making the stadium pitch ready. And certainly all that's left to happen is that we need the fans coming out in the stands. So here at the Grenada Tourism Authority, we obviously are a very strong stakeholder and partner of the Grenada Cricket Association. We're very, we take this responsibility very seriously. And we are therefore engaging in a strong local media campaign where we are going to be working with GBN, with MTV, with radio stations around the country. And we're going to be doing giveaways, and we're also going to be running the spots. What we find is that it's a very digital world at the minute. So social media is going to play a very important part. And again, we're going to be using some of the local content creators, etc., to really talk about cricket and what cricket means to us. In terms of the event, Junior Murray has a fantastic academy, and we want to bring the academy to the games on a daily basis so that all the school kids, and again, we pointed out that kids under the age of 16 are free. So every child under the age of 16 should really come and be part of this momentous occasion. And Junior will be having his academy where we'll have some nets. The kids can go into the nets, practice their bowling, practice their batting, wicket keeping, etc. And really let us get some excitement around the games and really get the enthusiasm of the future being restarted and being reignited. As Randy said, there is going to be a bus crawl because obviously life doesn't only exist in St. George's. So we're going to be taking it out into the community, into Grenville, into Grove, into Subides, etc. So that again, we get the schools and the kids in the schools really excited and passionate about the cricket game. So I've said the match days, we have Urias and Ann Peters. They're going to be doing the opening ceremony for us. And again, that's going to be full of energy. We're going to have live DJs, steel panned, and also have meet and greet with some of the legends. One of the things that we found is really important is really to share the cricketing narrative through the voices of people like Affy Fletcher, like Andre Fletcher, like Junior Murray, etc. Because when we see how cricket has transformed their lives, when we see how they have put the word Grenada, the country Grenada, destination Grenada on the world map because of their prowess on the field, we have to continue to celebrate them. We have to continue to ensure that their experiences are documented so that it's passed on to future generations. So we're really excited. Again, I'm going to say, time to rally around the West Indies. So asking all Grenadians to come out and support the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Petra. Indeed, it's time to rally around the West Indies. And of course, our fuller energy is more than just a slogan. It is a reflection of who we are as a Caribbean people. We're vibrant, passionate, and we're full of life. And I want to now introduce you to a Minister of Sports. She is full of life, and she is such an advocate for sports in Grenada. We want to introduce her and invite her, rather, to share a few words with us.
Good morning to everyone. First, I must apologize for my voice. So I have hoarseness in my voice, but I thought it was very important to be a part of this very important launch here this morning. It is with pride and excitement that we officially announce the launch of the second test match between the West Indies and Australia to be held in Grenada from July 3rd to the 7th in our newly republished National Cricket Stadium. I want to thank the government and people of the People's Republic of China and the government of Grenada for making that facility a reality. And very soon we will, before the cricket, have the official handing over of our republished facility. This is not just a sporting event, and I'm talking about the cricket. It's a celebration of our heritage, our people, and the unifying spirit of cricket across the region. To ensure smooth execution of this historic match, we have established, as you realize, both a national organizing committee chaired by Mr. Dominic Jeremiah and a local organizing committee led by Mr. Norman Gilbert. These committees are tasked with overseeing all elements of planning and operations in close collaboration with Cricket West Indies. They have been hard at work for over the last month and continuing to lead the charge towards a successful event. I am especially pleased to share two major accessibility initiatives that was announced before: children under 16 being able to attend free of charge. It is government's policy to ensure that we teach sporting discipline, including cricket, football, and other areas within our primary school. So under 16 speaks to primary and secondary school. So we are starting at the primary school and will ensure that come September, the schools who do not have coaches will have coaches so that we can teach cricket, football, athletics, and some of the other sporting disciplines across all the primary schools in Grenada. So we are happy that Cricket West Indies is ensuring that our children get a chance to see and to be able to interact with national players and international players at this very important match with West Indies and Australia. It is also important for our general public because, as it stated earlier, $5 is really affordable. So it meant that families can rally together. We can come together and celebrate. We want to ensure that every Grenadian has the opportunity to witness world-class cricket on home soil. This is really a family event, and we are calling on the public to turn out in full support to fully stand and lift our West Indies team, our energy and our pride. I extend heartfelt thanks to the government of Grenada for its unwavering support, and to all our partners, media houses, the Grenada Cricket Association, the National Stadium, Ministry of Health, RGPF, tourism, volunteers, and every stakeholders involved. Your efforts are vital to the success of this very important event. Let us continue together as a nation, as a region. Let us rally behind our team West Indies, celebrating cricket legacy and show the world what Grenada and West Indies are made of. As part of government's continued investment in sports infrastructure, I'm pleased to provide an update on the upgrades to playing field across the country with particular focus on cricket. We are preparing to commence the installation of first-class lighting systems, and I'm pleased to say, starting at Progress Park, it wasn't the initial plan, but the fact that we have Cricket West Indies coming here on the 3rd to the 7th, we do not want the cricket stadium to be a place where work is happening while we are having fun with the cricket. So that gives St. Andrew the lead to get the lighting first. And the lights meet international standard and will position Grenada to host more high caliber events, including one-day international and test matches, not just in 2026 with West Indies and Australia women cricket, but well into the future. I want to report, as it relates to the lighting, that some of the containers are already here and the others will arrive shortly. Preliminary work already started at the cricket stadium, but as I stated earlier, that will be halted and the real work will be starting at Progress Park. The entire team lands here, and that's a team to do the lighting on the 15th of June. And there are 3 playing fields. So apart, I spoke about Progress Park and I said the National Cricket Stadium. Lassages will also be included in that first-class lighting. But it is part of government's policy to upgrade playing fields across Grenada. So these are international standards. We will be ensuring that within a period that all our playing fields where children have access, because we are promoting not only cricket and sporting discipline at this primary and secondary school, but at the grassroots level. where at the evening time where we can have our young people being coached, being mentored, and being involved actively in sporting initiative. And so a number of playing field will be like this year, and playgrounds will be erected. More of that detail will be given, since we are talking cricket West Indies and we want the energy to fill the room so that our people can come out in their numbers on the 3rd and the 7th to support cricket West Indies and Australia. So I am inviting all Grenadians, home and abroad. I know that there are so many diaspora who already saw that we are hosting from social media. Today we have this official launch, so you know for a fact that Australia and West Indies are coming to Grenada on the 3rd to the 7th, and so we are looking forward to people booking their tickets like if it's carnival and being part of the frenzy. Come on and support, and we look forward to the schools and everyone being part and organizing the children. And so the Ministry of Education together with the Ministry of Sports will be taking the initiative to ensure that we provide support so that our children can be part and parcel of this very important event. I thank you.
Wonderful, Minister. Thank you so much for those remarks. And now we invite members of the media to pose their questions to our panel.
I have a question for the minister regarding public staff. You said that the containers are already here. How soon will we see work?
So as I stated, the team will be here on the 15th. So sometime thereafter, I can't give you the direct date that they're going to start work there. What I know you're looking for, whether or not we'll able to host carnival events. But based on discussions that will be long finish the lighting before the functions that we have for carnival at Progress Park. And so they have also taken into consideration our 400 tracks. So I know that might be one of your other questions as a St. Andrew girl also. So we will be ensuring that the lighting completed before the carnival event.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Rena. You have another question?
As it relates to the team coming here, would they be having any practice match away from the stadium?
Both teams arrive on the 30th. There is no practice schedule outside of the stadium facility. Practice would be held on the 1st and 2nd at the stadium. Team West Indies practice first on the 1st from 8:30 to 12, followed by Australia from 1 to 5 p.m. And they alternate days on the 2nd. There is no activity outside of the stadium for practice.
What about the local cricket team? I know we talked about children, but I know we have local cricket team. Are they going to be involved with these any interaction?
Yes, as per standard requirement, when teams travel, they require support for the nets for their practice. We have not yet received the requirements for both teams, and therefore, once we do receive the requirement, we'll have our local players, generally bowlers, are what is required. So they would say whether they need fast bowlers, spin bowlers, and those will come from our local complement of players. So they will be involved, as always, as part of the practice.
Response, Mr. Gilbert. Any other questions from the members of the media? I have one question. Will the fact that the box office will be opened from June 27th, will you require assistance from maybe college students for college credit, for example?
That's a great question. In fact, we do have a core of volunteers that are required for the game. We already have received a number of requests for support for volunteers. And of that core, I personally know that there are 4 students from TalkSports who are part of, but it's not directly related to any course or credits. But we do have a core of volunteers, 25 volunteers who would support the game. And if I should also add on Rena's first question regarding the local players, I also want to report that for the first time, one of our local coaches will be assigned to Team West Indies for the duration of the test match, as required by Team West Indies for mentorship, who is Coach Clyde Telesford.
There was one final question that came up regarding scholarships for all local cricketers. Are there any opportunities for scholarships for our local cricketers?
Maybe Minister can take this one, but just to say that we have a number of cricketers who are not necessarily on scholarship, but who are pursuing studies outside of Grenada, where cricket is probably played more consistently and more structured. We do have players who are with the University of the West Indies team as well as the combined colleges. Mr. Jeremiah sitting right next to me, son, is involved as part of the CCC team, Johan Jeremiah. And we do have other players. Minister David Andrews' son, Javon Andrew, also plays as well with CCC. So we do have players who are out there. We formerly had Emmanuel Stewart as well out in Barbados playing with I forgot the name of the college in Barbados, but we do have cricketers out there who are not necessarily on cricketing scholarships, but they pursue their cricketing career while they are out on these universities.
So what I can say is we do not have cricket scholarships per se. I mean, we are in the process of providing support to our different sporting disciplines, but it is something that we can look into in a general way, not just one discipline, but we have athletics, we have football, we have cricket, we have basketball. Just recently, we had a camp here with the Kellan Baptist Foundation, where this foundation provide assistance for Grenadians, providing scholarships. So while government is not the one providing the scholarship, we commend the Kellan Baptist Foundation, and we are looking for more entities like them, but government will do its part in terms of providing support for those sporting disciplines.
Comment here. While the sporting scholarships may not necessarily be specific to cricket, a lot of the students who enjoy receiving a scholarship from government are studying in fields related to sports. So a lot of our students who have received scholarships from the government of Grenada to go to UE, many of them have completed their bachelor's degree and to some extent the master's degree in sports science and physical therapy. So, and they are learning the many skills that are related to sports management, so that maybe when they return to Grenada, they will be an asset, not just to coaching cricket or playing cricket, but in helping with the management of sports in Grenada.
Excellent. Thank you for all those responses. If there are no further questions, I'd like to invite our MBE, Mr. Junior Murray, if you wish to say a few words as a former West Indies cricketer.
First of all, I must say a pleasant good morning to everyone. It's really nice to be here. This launch of this event. I think it's a really good event for our country. You know, everyone knows I love my cricket. Who can very close to get into that next level. We have our own local Daryl Cyrus, who's over there representing the West Indies A team. Just played against South Africa in St. Lucia. So I think we have enough of our youngsters again. We have the youngsters, the twins, as we call them, the twins, who are very close to the next level. So let's come with their support, not only the game of cricket, but just support sports in Grenada on the whole. You know, this series, you know, made me to me back in 1992, playing against Australia, and I think it's really it's going to be a good series. You know, I think Australia play good cricket. I'm really looking forward to this series, and I hope that, you know, you can bring us closer together. You know, cricket is something in the Caribbean that bring the whole Caribbean together. So once West Indies is winning, I think the whole Caribbean comes together. So we hope that we're looking forward to 5 days of good cricket. Let's come with a full national stadium, and let's enjoy a good day for our country, put our country on the map. Thank you.
And Junior is the proud author. What's the name of your book again? From Windies to Wicket? Windball to Windies.
Ball to Windies.
Windball to Windies. So pick up a copy if you have not done so yet. All right, I'd like to open the floor one final time for closing remarks from any of our panelists. If you want to leave us with anything, that goes to Randy as well, joining us online. Closing comments.
I just want to reiterate what I stated at the beginning, that every time we have an opportunity to host any game in Grenada, it's a wonderful opportunity for the country. And I think West Indies, they need our support at this time. One of the ways that we can give that support is to ensure that we come out from the 3rd to the 7th to rally around the West Indies with the Grenadian energy to support our team. So once again, an appeal to everyone, both local, regional, and our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. We encourage everyone to come out to support.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremiah. Mr. Gilbert, you want to share a few words to close?
Again, just to encourage the public to come out and to give their support. The very last time West Indies played Australia in Australia, that was the most memorable test match in the recent century, where the West Indies came back from probably a very undeniable position to an excellent spell of bowling by Shamar Joseph that brought victory to the West Indies. So I know the Australians are hurting and that we will want to continue the hurt. And so I want to encourage all to come out and to give their support to the team.
Nice. Minister will close for us.
So we do look forward to 5 days of intense, exciting cricket. And so once again, I would like to encourage our population, so both locally and in the diaspora, as I said earlier, to come to Grenada from the 3rd to the 7th and support Team West Indies, support good cricket. I make an appeal also to the parents to come forward to support your children who will be accompanying their schools, because as I said earlier, it's a family event. Let us rally around the West Indies. Let us support good cricket from the 3rd to the 7th. Thank you.
Yep, right. So is what you yes. Thank you very much. So we had the sports minister, Honorable Delma Thomas, Junior Murray, former West Indies cricketer. We also had the chairman of the local organizing committee, Mr. Norman Gilbert, the chairman of the national organizing committee, Mr. Dominic Jeremiah. We also had Ms. Petra Roach, who is the CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority. And we had Mr. Randy, who representing CWI, that's Cricket West Indies. He was on the virtual from Antigua. So that was the launch of the second test, the Grenada leg of the Australian tour to the Caribbean, and that will be in early July. The Grenada leg will be in early July. So for those of you interested, get your tickets, box office tickets. While I was on there, I think good afternoon to you, Theo, and to Theo Duncan, Roger Duncan. I really have to find out if there's any relation between those. And I can tell you those are two very ardent listeners to the program, right? So we had Theo Duncan, and then we have Roger. But Roger was saying, and that is in relation to the theme song. Good theme song. It's a bit flat. I have a good music air, and I think the song is missing more rhythm in the chorus. The rhythm of the drums needed to be very pronounced in the chorus. The drums unite all West Indian islands. To get a perfect idea of what I'm talking about, listen to Brazil's World Cup theme song, and he gave a link for that. And that was the theme song for the West Indies for the Australia tour. Fuller Energy, I think is the name of it. Fuller Energy, right? And that's Roger. He was referring to the coach mentorship assignment. Excellent. That's where I think it was Mr. Gilbert who mentioned that a Grenadian coach will be assigned to the West Indies team for the test match in Grenada, and that's Coach Clyde Telesford. He'll be assigned. So, which is a very good initiative, and I assume they will be doing that in all the territories that hosting matches where a local coach will be assigned with the team West Indies, and that is part of the gaining some level of experience. In fact, I will hope to that even as a manager, there are other details that they can collaborate with. For example, we have Mr. Earl Lewis, who is the manager of the West Indies team. He has been the manager of the West Indies team for probably the last 10 years or so. And we have other Grenadians who have been managing other teams like the Windwards team and, things like that. So probably it's also an opportunity where they can sit with Roll for the duration of the test match, for example, and gain some insights, gain some experience, not just as a coach, but also as that level in terms of manager. I think that is a good idea, good initiative, right? Folks, just to let you know that next Saturday, God's willing, we will not have a program because it's assignment day for myself, so I'll be out. Let me just put it as assignment day. I'll be traveling, but this will be an assignment day, right? So Roger is saying now, the revenue model for international cricket in Grenada is not sustainable. At some point, we may need to take a very deep look at sport priority juxtaposed to what is more revenue sustainable: scholarship, fan, and player interest. Which sport by rank requires more of a financial and human resource support? Which sports by rank provides the best sustainable revenue? Which sports by rank provides more scholarships for our children? If we get the answers to those questions, we might want to be real or real. But Roger, that while that is so, I mean, Test cricket is still. There are a lot of people in the Caribbean, despite what you say, who enjoy and follow Test cricket. So while yes, you'll see a bigger crowd, you'll see more vibes, as you say, in a T20 or even a ODI. It used to be the ODI before the T20. Now the T20 is all about it, right? And even the T10 now, because when we looked at the T10, for example, with the local T10, the finals of the local T10, that is what you call full of energy. Yes, but yeah, but there are a lot of folks who still follow Test cricket, right? And enjoy, as a matter of fact, Test cricket. I'm one. I'm a disciple of that, right? I follow and I enjoy Test cricket. Okay, good Test cricket also, So that might be the case, and it may have a good argument, but then you will have folks who will be saying, Test cricket is still good cricket. Test cricket is still alive. And mind you, there are a lot of West Indian fans who still calling for more Test cricket. They enjoy Test cricket. They're not just West Indies. They will look at Test cricket even if West Indies is not involved. So that is something you want to consider as well in your argument. Okay. Once again, we want to congratulate the Grenadians who have qualified for the NCAA final. We have Nazio John and Jared Sylvester. They will represent their various colleges in the 4x100 meters. And then we have Jamara Alves, who will be in the women's discus throw. We have Kelsey Morrell Ross, who will be in the women's shot put throw. And then we have Shari Eno. She will be in the women's high jump. Okay, so they folks we can look out for. And in case, well, it seems to be sort of intermission now going on. with the Whitsuntide Games, day one of Whitsuntide Games. That's track and field at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium. A while ago, I saw some fans. It seems as if they have fans from, I saw them with the Barbados, Antigua. In particular, I saw flags from there. I saw someone competing from St. Vincent the Grenadines, and I also saw someone from Trinidad and Tobago. So it seems as if they are good representation of athletes from around the region. Okay, there's also some track and field. I think it's this weekend, and they have some. Let me just check the schedule in terms of track and field. The Racers Grand Prix is actually today, right? Later on this evening, the Racers Grand Prix in Jamaica takes place today. As you know, yesterday we had the road, that some time ago, the Diamond League used to be it. You want to be watching the Diamond League. These days, it seems as if there's not much energy, there's not much vibes in terms of the Diamond League. The NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships, it starts on Wednesday, I should say, the 11th, and it goes through to the weekend. And then on the 12th, we also have the Oslo Diamond League, and then on the 15th, we have the Stockholm Diamond League. These are things that you have to look at, because we have two of our athletes who are competing on the Diamond League circuit this year. Grenada James is on the Diamond League circuit, and Anderson Peters is also on the Diamond League circuit. So if you follow in the Diamond League, that is what you'll want to follow. Okay. In terms of Lyndon Victor, he picked up a slight injury in his last outing last Saturday. Okay. And he wasn't able to complete the first day. I think he had a slight injury, and out of caution, he pulled out. So just not to aggravate anything further. And he's back into, getting himself prepared so he can get into competition again. You remember, all these guys are looking towards the World Championship for later on this year. It will actually be in September, right? We have Grenada James, we have Anderson Peters, we have Lyndon Victor, and we're hoping that others will throw themselves into the ring, qualify somewhere or the other. Okay? Okay, folks. Well, that's all for this weekend. Thank you very much for being part of the program. We hope, let me see, today's, Roger said, today's West Indians will call for anything that results in a big line. We are not playing, we are lying. Yeah, to an extent, I'm saying that's true to an extent, because you go to the stadium, when there is a big activity at the stadium, whether it's football, whether it's track and field, even the cricket, right? I will tell you, half of the guys, especially if they get around the bar, right? Their back will be to the action, and they're drinking and they're talking, right? I think ultimately it's the bar that makes the most out of that. They're not so much interested in what's going on, except you hear a big roar and then they turn around and look at it. But you will see that most of them, you will be standing. By the way, when there were no seats, people want seats. Now there are seats, they want to stand. Everybody wants to stand, right? I think that, which, by the way, should be a no-no for an international stadium, because in the event of an emergency, you have to ensure that there's room for the first responders to move, but that's somehow that's Grenada. Everything goes, okay? Anything allowed. Okay, but just to let you know that we won't have a program on next Saturday, which is the 14th. We return on the 21st. That's Saturday, the 21st of June for our next program, right? Until then, I do want to wish you a pleasant weekend, and do have yourself all the best.